Extra. Look at this.
Tie.
Mint.
My thing. Oh yeah.
Mint is the color of the day.
And that's just like a spot on, like same color.
Yeah. I just got this in the mail yesterday. Nordstrom Rack people, the Nordstrom Rack app. Good morning. Welcome to Sunrise Extra. We were just talking about how we're mint twins today.
We're noting the similarities in color, like the exact same color. Who has this color shirt? What man owns this color shirt? It's kind of rare.
Sir.
It's kind of unique. And then
That's
you pulled out the dress.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mint. It's the color of the day.
And mint juleps, isn't that what they drink at the Kentucky Derby?
Kentucky Derby
We are
tomorrow.
so gosh darn timely with our wardrobes.
Yeah. Cinco de Mayo this weekend. We got a big party at the waterfront. We're pretty excited it's Friday.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. I said, oh, it's time to go home. And you said, no, Drew. It's time for Sunrise Extra on a Friday.
Yes. And you said yesterday that people who are bored watch us on Sunrise Extra. We love you guys. Thank you for watching us.
Don't misquote me.
No.
Don't misquote me. That may be what I said.
We have awesome viewers on Sunrise Extra. So
this is what I assume. Honestly, if you're watching this right now, we're going to be on for like the next 20 or 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not sitting down and watching us like you would watch a movie. You're probably going about doing things right now. Maybe we're just on in your kitchen or in your bathroom, wherever you may be, and we're part of like some conversation that you wouldn't be having otherwise. Without us, you might be alone getting ready for work. With us, you're having a conversation.
Yes.
Join us, won't you? What are we talking about, Nina? I forget.
We're talking about the worst movie you remember seeing. And I remember seeing more bad movies than good movies.
Jumping off point, why are we doing this?
Okay, so Kelly Clarkson was, Kelly Clarkson, she's a tough chick, man. She just had her appendix taken out. She hosted the Billboard Music Awards on Wednesday through appendicitis pain.
Wow.
Flew home right after the awards, had her appendix out. Anyway, in a recent interview, she was just talking about that terrible movie that she contractually had to do with Justin Guarini after she won American Idol.
Right. She was the first winner, right?
From Justin to Kelly. Yeah, it was terrible. So she was saying it's like the worst movie ever. We want to know, what do you think is the worst movie you remember seeing?
If you've seen that movie, that may be your answer. I never saw it. I watched the first season of American Idol, however many years ago that was, 20 years ago, seems like. And I remember when that movie came out, the trailer was the worst trailer I ever saw. I mean, it looked terrible. I never saw it, but you did get me thinking about worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I've ever seen. Three come to mind instantly. I bet you I can come up with a few more. But the first two I thought of were both M. Night Shyamalan movies.
He gets a lot of heat for stuff. He's had good ones and terrible ones.
You know what city I'm from?
Philadelphia.
He's also from Philadelphia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like Temple University, where I went to school, he has like temple signs in a lot of his movies. Oh, so I'm like, I'm all on board. I want to love them.
Okay.
The Sixth Sense was his first film.
Great.
Loved it.
Yes.
And I couldn't wait for the next one.
I mean, that was like game-changing.
Right.
The way
No,
he
beautiful.
did that.
I can't remember the order of movies, but eventually he came out with The Village. The Village.
Yes,
it was.
Vaguely
I can't even describe for you what The Village was about now. It was like, you thought it was based in like the 1700s, but it turns out that they were all living in modern times. I saw it in the theater with my buddy, the best man at my wedding, Mike Simpson. Maybe he's watching right now. What's up, Mike?
Hi, Mike.
We sat at the theater.
Yeah.
Worst movie I've ever seen in a movie theater was that movie.
Oh, I thought that was not bad. So
you thought The Village was not bad.
Hey, KP on Instagram says The Happening. Isn't that an
That's the other one. That's another That's the other M. Night Shyamalan movie. That was with Mark Wahlberg. Excited to see that one. I like Mark Wahlberg.
So does your wife.
My wife likes Mark Wahlberg. We saw this one together.
Mark Wahlberg.
I don't know who the actress was. Or who chimed in on Instagram about The Happening?
Hey KP says The Happening.
Hey KP. Who was the female lead in that?
The red-haired girl?
The worst actress I've ever seen in a movie.
Is that Bryce Dallas Howard, Ron Howard's daughter?
Maybe. I'll have to look that up.
Scandalous.
But it was terrible. Both of those.
She was in The Village,
awful.
I think.
Oh yeah, the new Jurassic World. She's. If that's the same. Now is that the girl from The Happening? Okay.
Bryce
Jessica
Dallas
talking
Howard.
in my ear.
Famed director Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah, she's not fantastic in the Jurassic Park movies either, but I didn't mind her as much as I minded her in The Happening. That was god awful. God awful.
Yeah, I agree.
Terrible.
I don't remember that.
People were falling off buildings in that movie because of some kind of weird situation. That one I didn't finish. I didn't finish The Happening.
You know what? And I'm going to get like crucified by people because this is a brand new one. Everybody loved Black Panther. And so I was really excited to see it because we get the SAG, Screen Actors Guild Award. Cameron J is saying, wow. I got through 20 minutes of it and I turned it off. I thought it was super
I saw Black Panther in the movie theater with my kids. Didn't go with any expectations. Didn't want to go. Went with them because I thought it'd be nice to do. I liked it a lot.
I thought it was so cheesy and just like dumb.
Okay,
And
Brian
so I
Matthews, our
turned it
director,
off.
saying he agrees with you.
Yeah,
Brian thought it's not that
I
great.
know a lot of people. You guys loved it. Okay, we're getting a lot of people chiming in on. Ashley's putting her microphone on.
I'm just clipping it to the outside.
Like
you watch a lot of movies. You watch a lot of like
just
scary
movies. Not anymore. Not since I had kids. I haven't had time to watch anything in my life.
What's the worst movie recently you remember seeing? Like a bad one?
Worst. Wait, scary.
No, just like
a
bad,
terrible movie. I don't watch it. I within 30 seconds if I think it's bad, I don't even give it like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I just turn.
Isn't that the beauty of like Netflix and all that stuff? Is you can just, okay, go to the next one.
I can tell you.
Whereas like Blockbuster, you'd have to spend $4, and you're like, I'm going to watch this dang thing.
I'm going to see this through.
Yeah.
I'm in for the whole thing.
What are people saying?
Colada, by the way.
Great.
We'll explain that in a moment. Willie Huey, one of our followers on Facebook, says that Eye of the Beholder, simply the worst movie ever made, haunts me still. I remember the title. I can't remember who was in Eye of the Beholder. Ewan McGregor was in it, Jessica? Ewan McGregor. I kind of remember the title. I'll take your word for it.
Ewan.
And can I also mention Warren Talbert said, I wasn't impressed. He puts this very politely. I wasn't impressed with the movie Oscar with Sylvester Stallone.
I don't remember that.
It was a terrible movie,
Yeah.
which reminds me of the third worst movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
And I put this on the list because it really tainted the franchise. Rocky V. The fifth movie.
Once you get to like numbers like that.
I know. Well, people started trashing Rocky 3 and then 4, and I was still defending the series. Like, no, these are good movies still. And then Rocky 5 came out and said, you know what?
It's bad.
Put my hands down. I can't defend it anymore. Rocky 5, awful.
Can I say, now that I think about it, because I do love horror movies, so my best friend Bethany
There's
and
gotta be a lot of bad horror movies.
Oh, there are so many. But actually, now that we're talking about it, we
Yes.
make it a point to find, like we seek out on Netflix or wherever, the worst looking, like, you know, the cover.
Right.
Because they're kind of fun to just make fun of while you're watching it.
The names are
Who's
so
we?
dumb. The worst, my best friend Beth.
Okay.
And so she's the one I do the ghost town trips with.
Right.
So we will find the worst cover, like art, or the worst name, or like watch the trailer, and the worst ones we can find, we will watch. But I can't think of any names because they're that bad. You know.
Why would you want to invest an hour and a half even if that's...
Because it's kind of fun to make fun of. Like if you go in knowing, okay, this is going to be bad, let's just like have fun and make fun of it, drink wine. Yeah, it's on Netflix or whatever.
Drink wine and laugh.
Laugh at it.
But aren't there so many good movies out there that you haven't seen yet that you've wanted to see?
Yeah, but
and there's a moment you could have seen it.
Just like be snarky.
Well, I'll do that with her. She doesn't actually like real horror movies. She kind of needs to watch the funny ones. So if that makes sense.
This is what makes the Earth special.
Yeah.
All
Okay, let's
Drew is so confused. Why would you do that?
Some of the Facebook posts. Let's go
There's
through
that movie
some of these because a
poster.
lot of people were. Yeah, look, here's the movie poster from Justin DeKelly. It's just so cheesy when like movie studios, you know, make stuff like this that they know is going to be bad. Here's one that I totally disagree with. Kathy on Facebook says Three Amigos.
I haven't
Do you remember
seen
Three
that.
Amigos?
I've never even watched that.
Drew. Three Amigos. Steve Martin.
Yes, Chevy Chase.
And Martin Short.
Yep.
I love Three Amigos. That's a classic.
What did they do when they went, and they kind of thrust their pelvic region out there?
Yes.
But did they say something?
Yes. What did they do?
I feel like they said something.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
Suicide
Three
Squad.
Amigos. Okay.
Yeah, I turned Suicide Squad off. I thought it was dumb. I didn't like it. Jesse says any Quentin Tarantino movie. There are some bad ones, Dusk Till Dawn, even though you know how I feel about George Clooney.
Right.
But I love Django Unchained, Kill Bill.
You feel about George
1 and 2.
Clooney the way my wife feels about Mark Wahlberg, I believe.
Yes.
They're nice. They're nice fellas.
I heard Kill Bill was terrible. Wait, you liked that?
It's so good.
Is it? I've never watched it.
Kill Bill? It's really good.
I think I have seen Kill Bill, like a long time ago.
It's great.
I don't recall.
Did you see Django Unchained?
No.
Oh, it's really good. Okay, so we don't agree on Quentin Tarantino. Nicole says The Hours. I think that was Nicole Kidman. I didn't see it. I'll never get that time back, she says. Is that it? We had a bunch more on the KGW when they shared it. They're going to pull those up. So
when you mentioned Nicole Kidman, I thought of Tom Cruise, and then I thought of Vanilla Sky.
I'm not a Nicole Kidman fan.
Did you see Vanilla Sky?
Yes.
I did not think it was good at all. Thought it was a waste of time. Admittedly, didn't understand it completely, so I felt a little bit dumb by the end of it. But maybe people can chime in. Did you like Vanilla Sky? Because maybe I'm missing something there. Meanwhile, Ginny Carlson says to me, I never thought I'd hear this from another human being. A human being is telling me, how dare anyone dish the Rocky flicks. I am the biggest Rocky supporter there is.
She's a huge Rocky fan,
for goodness sakes. She says there's nothing better than number one, which I agree.
Of course.
But she says all were worth the revisit. I'm telling you. I could have done without the 5th revisit. And I liked the ones after that. When he came back 15 years later and did Rocky Balboa, that was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it. Rocky 5 with Tommy Morrison, not good. Not good. I'm sorry, Ginny Carlson.
Sweet Sue weighing in on Facebook. Hi, Sue.
Whoa.
Sue is such a great viewer for us. You're not picking a recipe this time, apparently.
I just read something I can't believe.
I'm
sorry.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You see that too?
What?
Brian Matthews. Yes, Brian Matthews, our director, saw it at the same time I did.
Somebody says it's bad.
Julie Howard says Train Spotting, The Burbs, which is
I just watched The Burbs the other day. I love The
Hanks.
Burbs. Yes.
It's funny.
Bruce Stern, Corey Haim.
But if you don't like
older
it, yeah,
movie?
it's an 80s, mid-80s cheesy
Okay.
comedy. If you don't like it, I understand. But this one, Pulp
Great Tom
Fiction.
Hanks.
This woman is saying she does not like Pulp Fiction. You're entitled to your opinion. I respect your
the
opinion.
worst movie
Did
you've
she say
seen?
that it was
Worst movie ever.
Oh.
She listed 3 worst movies ever, and
that
that was one of her 3.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Did that make the list?
Howard the Duck. Remember that?
Yeah.
I would rather sit with Howard the Duck than The Village.
Cannibalistic human underground dwellers. Remember that? That was like
No.
that wasn't even a B sci-fi flick. That was like a
It reminds
D
me of
movie.
like Tremors. Remember Tremors? Was that
see
Kevin
Tremors?
Bacon?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. With the
Kevin
little underground
Bacon?
things.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
They were like
Was that the snakes?
goblins that came out.
It was
no,
like
they
the
were-
snakes.
My
I
wife
thought.
loves that movie.
What,
Tremors?
snakes on a plane?
Loves Tremors.
Tremors.
Kevin
She just
Bacon?
Like,
Bacon.
She just likes
Yes.
Kevin Bacon. Doesn't want to tell you.
Well, no, she's already told me much about Mark Wahlberg. I think she just likes Tremors because she thought it was good.
I don't
Mia,
remember.
Yeah,
Nina says
unpopular
Tremors
opinion.
is no good.
I know. Sorry, Mia. Eyes Wide Shut. Somebody
Yeah,
says.
not good. Nicole Kidman
I
and
thought
Tom
it was
Cruise.
interesting. I didn't think it was bad.
I heard you say Rocky 5.
Not good.
Yeah.
Terrible. Never
Yeah.
should have been made.
And then Ginny Carlson called me out and said that I shouldn't be dissing any of the Rocky movies.
getting a
No,
little
Rocky
feisty.
5 deserves to be.
Creed.
That
What about
should've-
Creed?
They
Casey said.
they waited a long time to come back and have redemption. What was it? Rocky Balboa?
Yes, which was good.
Which was good.
Yeah.
I like
Tremors
that
is an
movie.
incredible movie. Ranch PDX says on Instagram.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. No, did I say? That's not what I wanted to say. I want to say from Dusk Till Dawn.
You didn't like it.
Yes.
Okay,
wasn't
so here's
good.
it's not that I didn't.
No.
Okay, so I guess what it was is my dad and I went to see this in a movie theater.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
awkward
worst.
to see with your dad.
And okay, well here's the thing.
Yeah,
the
there's
first like
like some
30 minutes of it started
sex
off
in
They
like
were both grown men at the time.
it started
Sorry.
like intriguing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting, and then it just got weird in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, what
like
are we
biker
watching?
You're absolutely right. The
vampires
beginning
in
of that
bar.
movie was
It led you
fine.
to somewhere,
stunk.
and then it was like, what is this crap? That's what
You know what's
my
always
thought of that
bothered
movie
me?
was.
Just to get, you brought up a good point. Old School, one of my all-time favorite comedies.
I
Old
love
School,
Love
right?
Old School.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I do have a little bit of a problem with the ending. I just felt like at some point they just said, I don't know how to wrap this up in a funny way, so let's
I
just
don't
call an
remember
end
the
to it. It was forgettable. There wasn't a great ending.
Catwoman, somebody says on Facebook over there. Yeah, with Michelle Pfeiffer.
And then he read.
That just
Yeah.
sounds terrible. Like,
Batman with
Popeye.
No. Wait a minute, 2 things.
Oh, I'm
Is someone
sorry.
saying Batman?
no, I was trying to remember who was the bad Batman. George Clooney
What's his name? Ben
and
Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
But
He was
yeah.
the one that got panned, but was he that bad? I mean, I didn't see that movie,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
You mentioned Popeye.
Popeye
It's up
with
on
Robin
the,
Williams.
Yeah, Rick,
I don't
Rick
remember
Aubrey
that.
chimed in on Facebook and said Popeye with Robin Williams. I didn't even see that.
I thought it was awesome. Probably 1980. I mean, literally like not 81 or 82. 1980 Popeye. If you ever see this, you won't believe how Robin Williams just nails the cartoon character. To me, that alone was made it
He was an
watchable.
amazing actor.
Robin Williams.
I thought
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
I thought he was
he's
an
so
amazing
funny.
actor. What a talent.
Gay. Come over here.
They're coming out with Sonic the movie. Did you guys ever play Sonic?
I did.
Sonic
Sonic
the
the
Kid,
Hedgehog
the game.
video
I've been
game.
to Sonic.
Yes.
So they
That's what I
just
thought it was.
launched like the movie trailer. Oh, you thought it was like the fast food.
Burgerville shakes are better.
So Sonic the Hedgehog, they just came out with this trailer. Okay, let me show you on Instagram.
It's playing already,
So
Nina.
Jim
Run.
Carrey is in it.
Who?
And Jim Carrey.
Oh.
So it's like real people and then obviously this computer generated Sonic. But everyone is so mad at how they drew Sonic the Hedgehog. They said he is too like human looking.
Huh?
He has like human teeth and human legs.
I'm sorry. That seems like a weird
And
thing.
so
to get
since they released this trailer yesterday, there has been so much backlash on Twitter that the director is going back and redrawing
No.
all of the animation.
Really?
This is ridiculous.
Nina, I
Yeah, so
find
this
that
is
weird.
the director. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design. You want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the
That
best he
seems
can
really
be.
expensive.
Yeah, but if people are going to pan your movie as like the worst.
Okay, so it's just clarifying. This movie is out now in theaters.
No, they just released the trailer. Is there a way to show
okay.
that picture, producer Jess, of like the Sonic? Or here he is. So he has like human
We
weird
don't get
little
enough
teeth.
look at him. We need to see more.
They're rewinding it
it's
for us.
there.
We have live rewinding happening on the Sunrise Extra program.
I think you can just play it. Just play it, and we'll see.
Revolutionary television.
What?
Yeah, he definitely has a little bit of a human look to him.
No.
And I don't care.
Really? That looks human?
I don't care either.
I'd be really worried if I saw
don't
any
know.
humans that look like that.
Let's, Ashley, you brought the pina colada over.
I know.
We're ditching Sonic. That was one of the best
Sonic.
decisions ever made on the Sunrise Extra program.
Okay.
Wait,
I
before I
didn't know
do
there was
that,
clamoring for that movie.
can I tell you, because I've been typing here, I'm writing teases
Yeah.
I have to record.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
going
my
to
God.
promote the heck out of this. Next week,
Yeah.
we're calling our series Mom Bosses. And so we have stories every day next week on local moms who run their own companies. And so I went out and I shot 3 of the stories, but we also are going to ask you what your favorite local, mom-run companies are. So we're going to do a day where we give your shout outs. So I'm going to be featuring Paper Epiphanies. Have you heard of the greeting card company in Portland based? She's awesome. Victoria is her name. It's great. They're like really snarky, sassy, fun cards.
Yeah.
It's like what you really want to say in a greeting card.
Yeah, I love those kinds.
Yeah,
Just
they're
the
awesome.
Normal cards are like so cheesy.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And she's
Happy
like, no, I want
birthday,
this to be
you're
funny.
older.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of my
That's
favorites from her is something about, they lied. They said the weight would fall off when you breastfed. Like for new moms,
Yeah.
they just have like funny cards like that. Another company is Little Love Bug, and they make super cute little kid shoes. And I was showing
You
Nina.
just got some
I just
today,
bought a
yeah.
couple of. I went on her website to get pictures for my story, and then I saw she had a sale, and I'm like adding to my cart.
And they're like the little moccasin style, so
Yeah.
cute.
And then our third company is Chip and Chisel, and she makes hand stamped like hammer jewelry, personalized jewelry. But they're all local moms. They live in the area, but they go beyond talking about their company. We talk to them about like the challenges of being a mom, like and a working mom, and just some real stuff that we discuss. So I'm excited. So next week.
Well, the first mom boss that comes to my mind is always Lisa Schroeder, the mom behind
Yep.
Mother's Bistro. And I know Brenda's doing a
Yep.
segment with her next week as well. So all these great mom segments leading up to Mother's Day.
Totally.
Mother's
so I can't
Day.
wait.
Your days.
Yes.
So that's what
Yes.
I was typing on while drinking my pina
So
colada.
Jeff says
So-
on Instagram, what's with the pineapple cup?
Let's explain.
Well, Jeff.
Well, this started out.
Pina colada.
It started out as a single.
Can't do
But
that
listen,
without,
you can't just answer that with that, because nothing about a pineapple filled with a beverage
Says-
screams Cinco de Mayo to me.
No.
So
Screams the island.
Screams Hawaii.
we were
Yeah,
previewing
Hawaii.
the Cinco de Mayo fiesta in downtown Portland this morning on the Sunrise Show. We thought we wanted to bring in some of the food and drink from the fiesta.
should go on that
The
side.
food never showed up. That's fine. The drinks showed up,
we
and they
got
showed up in these
tipsy on an
pineapples.
empty stomach.
And I didn't understand the pineapple, but does anyone else want to tie in the whole
So
Mexico,
this
Puerto
company
Rican
is
idea?
going to be one of the food vendors
The
down
name
at the
is-
waterfront, and they're called Mexirican, which is like Mexican and Puerto Rican, because you said the pina colada is based in.
I said it, but Ashley told me about it because she
Started
did
in
the
Puerto
research
Rico.
this morning on the Google.
Google
Right?
told me that pina coladas originated in Puerto Rico, which I didn't know.
Because a pina colada's rum,
Well, makes sense.
tequila's Mexican.
Yes.
But did you know that? Did you know that the pina
did not
colada
put that
started in
together.
Puerto Rico?
No.
I might have guessed that only because of the whole rum thing.
Yeah.
Because of the whole rum trade back in the centuries before we were born.
That
Makes sense.
Anyway.
It makes sense. So Mexirican is the name of the restaurant.
Mexirican,
They're going to be at the Cinco de Mayo
Serving
fiesta,
these.
and they're huge.
Yeah, it's a two-hander for sure.
Is it a two-hander
It's a
and
hefty-
you're
Yeah.
walking home after that?
It's a hefty
Is that-
dog
is that-
after that. Yeah,
Well, I mean, there's a
drinking a good.
A lot of flesh left in that.
there's a lot of
pineapple.
there's a lot of flesh in the pineapple. So how much, But that's cool.
Well, let's see how
Yeah.
much.
let's
Start
try it
drinking.
out.
So
This'll
they
be
have
a fun
rides
new
down
newscast.
at the waterfront.
Yes.
So I made my husband go on Rose Festival a couple years ago before we had a kid. And we were carefree and could do whatever we want.
You had a social
I
life.
made I made
A
him
life
go
at
down
all.
to the Rose Festival with me because I have these great memories of going down to the fun center when I was a kid and riding on the rides. But now that you're an adult, have you guys gone on any like amusement park ride? Do you go with your kids?
We went to a city fair. So again,
Yeah, City
we
Fair.
understand that it's not happening yet. Cinco de Mayo
Right,
this
I'm just
weekend.
talking about there
City
are gonna
Fair
be rides at
is 3
waterfront
weeks
parks.
away. City Fair is
coming
now.
up soon.
So probably 3 years ago, I went down there with 2 boys and a friend, and they were on the ride. Oh, my mom was in town. That's the story. She was
yeah.
with us too, and they're on the big swinging swings, the ones that spin
love
around,
those, yeah.
and they're way up in the air. And she is grabbing my arm the whole time. My mom's like, "I cannot believe you're you're having to do this. I said,
well, she wasn't even on the swing.
No.
Oh.
I was like, what? She goes, it's not safe. I don't understand why you would put them on those swings. Like, she was a nervous wreck. Then she had me thinking a little bit. I was like, yeah, I guess if they fly off that right now, I will feel bad.
Dangerous? Like,
to me, that's the safest ride at the.
No, that's
it's
funny.
the one. Are you doing the ones talking about? They go way up in the air and they swing pretty fast.
Yeah. Well,
so if they snap, they would fly across the city.
They're not going to snap. Those things are like.
But
really, are they?
The chains on those things are that thick, man.
Okay.
Nina, am I in for you were going to say, is it
I was
like
just saying, as an adult, when you do those rides, like your back is, the seats aren't big enough, so your back is smashed into the middle.
Yeah.
And I get like so
I didn't used to get queasy on that kind of stuff.
stomach
And now,
sick
like,
now.
now
I mean, you used to love it as a
now
kid.
the Sea Dragon makes me nauseous.
Honestly, the
would've
playground
just went
swing.
back
That
Same.
Yes.
I
What is
got
that?
on the swing the other
I can't
day.
even swing on a playground swing
it,
anymore
like,
without
makes me
feeling
nauseous.
Has anybody done the what's the one? It's like a bungee launch or something.
Oh, dude, that
Have you
looks
seen that one where it's a
Oh,
slingshot
yeah.
or something?
I
where
did it on
just-
TV. I did it at the
How
state
was
fair. Scary.
I want to do that.
I sat next to like the Dairy Princess at the Oregon State Fair in Salem.
And you're like crying.
And this girl let out an amazing scream. That thing took off like, shoom, it
you're
shoots
just
you
like,
into the air,
whatever.
right?
It
And she's like,
propels you.
"Ah!" And I was sitting next to her. I closed my eyes. And I swear to you, I closed my eyes the whole way up, and this thing, you just feel yourself rising. And I felt like
And
we
then
had
your
stopped
stomach
rising.
just drops.
And I open my up. I don't see anything. I see not a building.
Horizon.
I don't see a tree. I see sky. And we weren't done rising. Like there was still a little bit of rise. I'm like, oh my, like, are we dead? Are we dying?
You're on your way to heaven?
And then then you come back down, and I close my eyes again. And we just kind of bounced a few times, but
That's
that
the
was
worst
ridiculously scary.
Have you guys been skydiving before?
No,
No.
don't want to.
No,
Have
you?
you
No,
have?
I have. I love
Yeah.
it. I loved it. I was scared
Yeah.
blankless.
Would you do it now?
I went up in a plane once.
I would do. Well, you mean
Like now that you have kids, would you still do it?
I mean, yeah, your chances. I'd be probably more likely to die in a car crash than
But don't give me a statistic.
skydive. I'm just saying,
I
like,
mean,
yeah,
that's
but I would do it. Yeah, I would do it again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my kids go skydiving, but
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Would I
Yeah.
put myself in unnecessary risk? I mean, maybe
Yes.
I'd give it a second thought now that I'm a mom.
Right.
I suppose. But it was fun.
I'm not judging. I just think you should.
I just remember
You're a terrible mother.
My first story that I literally covered as a one-man band photojournalist in Rock Island, Illinois. Like 3 days into my job, I got to go cover skydiving story. Basically, it's just self-promotion, the business. But we went up in the plane, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. I got the camera, and they're like, okay, are you ready to do? And the guy inside the plane just yelled at everyone, "Are you ready to skydive?" And he just ripped open the door, and one by one, and I'm like with this camera, and I'm like, whoa, my goodness!
And you had a
that's
backpack on and everything though at that
No,
point?
I didn't have a backpack on.
Just sharing it.
I was standing, but I was tethered
Got it.
in, and I just
No.
the plane leaned a little bit, and they opened the door. That was just frightening.
So you've never done it?
Never done it.
Never want to?
I'm gonna go work on my teases.
Might.
Okay. I got to come back and record. 'em.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Skydiver
Maybe when I'm
Ashley
like
is
50
out.
or 60
Going
or
back
something.
to our original topic of bad movies, we have tons of people chiming in. Zombie Cats from Mars, Heidi, on Facebook.
Radio.
Never heard of
What's
it.
wrong with Radio? I thought that was a good movie.
Radio. I don't know it.
Oh, Jesus.
Mamma Mia.
Never saw that one.
Sorry, we're just breaking some
Oh,
equipment
yeah.
over here. This was a graceful exit on your part.
Byron.
That just sunk.
No, Titanic was great. Animal House, Jennifer.
You know what was great was that 5 and 5 on the Titanic. That was
Oh
great.
my goodness.
Vacation
That's
goes
funny.
to Vegas. Oh, National Lampoon's like
The Vegas
Vacation.
one?
You know, that's like
Vegas
one of those like
Vacation?
sequels that just hung on one
Yeah,
too many.
the Vegas vacation
You
was
know,
the
kind of like
worst,
the
right?
Rocky thing. It's just hung
Yes.
on one too many.
The Burbs.
Um,
Okay, somebody Facebook or on Instagram. Sorry.
Mr. Wong, Cabin in the Woods.
50
and
Shades of
Groundhog's
Grey.
Day.
I turned 50 Shades of Grey off because I thought it was cheesy and bad.
Like
Grease
Groundhog's Day.
2.
It's kind of cute.
Grease 2.
Grease 2. White
Spice
Chicks,
World.
yes, bad. RoboCop 3. I remember when RoboCop came out. That was like a big deal.
Yeah, that's probably another sequel that went on.
Well, I didn't know there was a 2, let alone a 3.
Waterworld, yeah. Remember how bad they
Yes,
spent like the
Kevin
most
Costner.
money
Wasn't that
ever?
an
it was,
enormous budget? And
yeah, and it was bad.
And got really panned.
Showgirls with
Elizabeth Berkley.
yes.
Come on.
The
Come
girl
on. Let's
from,
go. Let's keep
that
going.
one.
Any other Saved by the Bell trivia?
Wild Wild West. Home Alone 4.
Oh, another.
Never saw it. Sharknado. I've never seen any of the Sharknado.
It's
movies.
funny. Sharknado
The
I have
first
seen.
one's just funny because it's so dumb. You're
Yeah.
like, I can't believe that I'm going to sit here and watch this, and yet 10 minutes later, you're still sitting there watching it. It's
So,
one of those movies.
Can you not say it's the worst movie ever because you almost feel like the people in it know it's bad as they're doing it?
Yeah.
So it's like you take it doesn't count.
Yeah.
What about, do you guys remember seeing Napoleon Dynamite for the first time?
Yeah, I've only seen it once.
Yeah, I saw it once, and it was.
And it makes no sense the first time you watch it. It's just like, this is the weirdest setup to a movie I've ever seen. And then you watch it maybe 10 more times.
You did.
I did.
You love it now.
And I love it now.
Yeah, I watched it
But
just
it
the one
is
time.
just
I didn't
super
think it was
weird.
horrible, but I did think, geez, why such the buzz?
Yeah.
Why such a big deal? This is okay, but not great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, you have to be in the right mood too.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Kimberly says on Facebook. I don't know if I ever saw that one. I think I read the book.
Oh, you got the whole Facebook rundown here. That's
That's how it works,
That's
Chris.
why.
So we're on the pulse. We're on the pulse.
Stanford saying hi.
Yeah,
Your buddy Stanford.
What's up,
Stanford?
He
Guys.
loves him some Drew Carney, doesn't he?
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that, Stanford. Don't feel bad about
You're a
it.
good man, Stanford.
We got to get going, you guys. Brenda's got to do her Today Show cut-ins. She's waiting in the wings.
And the weekend's here.
Say goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend. Get outside. The weather is going to be beautiful. Cinco de
Go
Mayo's
Blazers!
happening.
Blow them
Kentucky
kisses,
Derby
man.
party. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.